All right, today I'm going to be breaking down the synchronic smash with the E-Titans and stuff. I've been doing it quite a bit in friendly challenges lately, so I feel like I'm starting to get a pretty good grasp on what they do. And I'm going to actually be showing you guys in friendly challenges for a couple of reasons. One, I've been terrible about getting my hits in with this account this season, so it's literally sitting at 5,000 trophies. So the bases we get in Legend League would be not very good. Two, these are the same bases I'm using on my main account, which got to rank number 1 recently, so they're pretty legit bases. And 3, it allows me to attack the bases over and over again to find out what works for which kind of base and then share that information with you guys. So while we're going into this, I want to talk about these double rage setups really quickly. Like here in the middle, you can see there's 2 rages. This tip is actually going to apply for pretty much any smash. When you're attacking a double rage setup, you do not want to attack both of the rages so that they're going to be attacking you at the same time. So this is no, don't do this. What you want to do is come in from one of the sides so that you can deal with the rage towers once, like one at a time. When I attack this base from this angle, all of this stuff is all raged up and it's getting my army in. This drawing's starting to look inappropriate, so I'm going to erase everything. Okay. And it just, your 3 healers that you take with this army, it's just too much. They cannot keep up with that. So what you want to do is set a good funnel on this side, set a good funnel on this side, and smash through the base so that you're dealing with the invis towers, or the rage towers, I mean, one at a time. And I'll kind of show you that. And the way you're going to be setting the funnel is on one side, you're going to drop a skeleton spell really quickly at the start of the raid. Golem and Queen on one side. Siege Barracks, wait a few seconds, and then put your Royal Champion on the other side. You can take the Spirit Fox if you want, and then delay the ability a little bit. I really like the Rage Gem, or the Rocket Spear and the Seeking Shield. They have the Hog Puppet instead of the Seeking Shield. You can do that, and you can put the Spirit Fox on the Royal Champion as well if you want, and then wait a little bit to activate her ability. It really is kind of a toss-up for me. Sometimes I like this better, sometimes I like the other thing better. Hard to say. With the King, though, I do like having the Spirit Fox on the King most of the time because then it allows me to not tank as much damage with my King and delay the use of his ability, and you're going to see that come into full swing on this raid specifically. So set those funnels, use some super barbs kind of in the middle just to clear some of these trash buildings that are kind of in this area right on each side, so that really the only defenses that are left are going to be like right here in the middle, so that when you deploy your E-Titans, your healers, your Queen, your King, your Warden, everything, this is the only direction they can head. Make sure the funnel's set before you put everything down though. We're going to wait a little bit. I put a wall breaker down just to smash open that edge wall. Make it a little bit easier for my King and stuff to go through that direction. Once those buildings are cleared and I know there's not really anywhere that they can head, that's when I deploy everything. You can see the Royal Champion's still not really even taking that much damage because I used a second skeleton spell in that area. Now I activate her ability. I use a couple of wall breaks. I just put my jump in to get everything here in the smash into the middle of the base. And again, you're going to see I'm able, because of the Spirit Fox, to delay my King ability so far that it allows me to open up the walls on the back end of the base. Now you can activate your King ability first and use your jump for the back end of the base if you want. I like to do this more because you actually will destroy or damage a lot of the buildings on the back end if you use your King ability too. And then with the Queen, right, just use her ability when you think you need to. I wait till the Town Hall goes down in order to use my Warden ability. Obviously, if you can wait that long, that's ideal. It allows me to use my King ability right now, and everything's basically gone at this point. We're going to ×2 it through the rest of this attack because I'll be breaking down several types of bases. But as you can see, I deploy some super barbs on the right side to get the monolith. But this base is pretty crushed. I've got 3 of my 4 heroes alive. I think my Queen's going to go down now. Oh, maybe not. So Queen doesn't even go down. 3 of my 4 heroes are still alive. 1 E-Titan's still alive. Bunch of healers left. Pretty crushed, honestly. All right, let's get into the second replay. Now, you guys are going to sense a theme throughout this video, and I'm going to tell you the most simple way that I can. Just like the double rage setup, you basically just want to deal with the scariest areas of the base one at a time. So when you're quickly scouting a base, you have 30 seconds to pick. By the way, I'll show you. This attack at the very top was because I had wrong equipment, and I didn't realize it until I activated my Warden ability in the Fireball launch. But I've 3-starred both of these other bases the first time. You want to attack the scary parts of the base one at a time. The scariest parts of the base on this are going to be this Rage Tower area, and then probably right in between the Monolith and the Town Hall, right? You've got the Poison Tower right here, you've got the Town Hall, you've got these Expos, you've got the King down here as well, you've got the Monolith and these multi-arch towers. So I'm going to want to try and tackle all of this stuff individually. I want to tackle kind of this area first, and then I want to tackle this area separately. Which means I do not want to have my smash enter from this side or this side. I kind of want to deal with it either from the top angle or the bottom angle right here. Now on this base, I quickly kind of decided to come in from like a diagonal angle because this wall here is going to make it really hard for me to funnel my troops in right through the middle, right? So I know that's going to be really difficult. So I actually set my queen and my golem right up here to clear up these buildings. And I have my royal champion and the siege barracks and stuff kind of clear these buildings down here. So then I kind of come through at an angle, which still I deal with this area, and then I move in and I deal with this area next. So let's go ahead and push play, and I will kind of show you the process there. Again, I'm just going to put skeleton spells, and I actually put 2 skeleton spells where my queen is. That way, I know that they can get this multi-inferno down, and it's not going to be wrecking like the healers or other things, and it's just going to be focusing on the skeletons. It ended up taking a lot longer to get that multi-inferno down because of that stupid wall that's there. That's the reason for that wall, by the way. It's just meant to make funneling and getting that multi-inferno really difficult. But I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? I just want the funnel set. If you can get the funnel set for your main part of your army, then you're going to be okay. So I jump right here just to get everybody into the middle of the base. The Royal Champion's going to go down, but she's got the Phoenix, so I really don't mind too much. You're going to see I'm going to use my freeze to freeze the monolith as soon as it starts attacking me. And I'm not too worried about that single Inferno because it was locked on to something that really wasn't a big deal. So I wait till the monolith's attacking me, then I freeze the monolith. We're dealing with the first scary part of the base right now by itself, and we're not really worrying about the town hall and stuff until later, right? Now we can kind of worry about the second scary part of the base once we've already dealt with the first, and I use my warden ability right here just so that we don't take damage when we're dealing with both of these areas at the same time, even though half of the first area is done, and the same with kind of half of the second area, right? And you're going to see as we kind of clear up the rest of this stuff here, we get the town hall down. I wait to activate my king ability until way late when I can open up all of the rest of the walls. They have access to everything left. There's no closed compartments with defenses in them. And this base is crushed too. Again, I have 3 heroes alive. I have an E-Titan, or maybe 2, I can't tell. I've got a bunch of healers left. This base is crushed too. Again, this is the first time I've attacked this base with this army, so this will give you a good idea. Attack the scary parts of the bases individually. Make sure you set your funnel really good. If you do those 2 things, this army is going to be really hard to fill with because it's really, really good. All right, we're going to take a look at this base. Now, I actually kind of called an audible and did something a little bit different on this base. On this base, you can clear these buildings here, and the funnel is set on that side, right? There's no buildings here that are going to distract anything, even ranged units, from heading in that direction. So what I do is I use the golem and some super barbs up on this section right here just to clear those buildings. I use my siege barracks and my royal champion down here to kind of clear this section. And then I actually send my queen with my smash. This is going to do 2 things. One, the queen's going to be a waste over here because this single inferno would have just melted her, right? She wouldn't have been able to do much. She can't reach that single inferno, so she wouldn't have gotten very much value over on this side. So one, she's going to be able to do damage over the walls, which nothing else in this army can do except for the warden. And then 2, this army will actually get 3 extra healers with the smash so that they can get extra healing through the middle of the base. And again, I want to tackle these rage towers separately, so I don't want to come in from the bottom. I don't want to come in from the top. I want to come in from the side so that I'm dealing with the raged towers or the scary parts of the base one at a time. Let me go ahead and push play, and I'll kind of show you that in action so that you guys can see it. This one actually I think was a little bit closer, but still at the end you'll see there was enough left over to where it was a comfortable 3-star, just not overkill, if that makes sense. I used 2 skeleton spells down here too. I don't really know why. I just felt like, I mean, I'm not using one up here for my queen in the siege barracks, so you may as well, right? Just extra tanking and stuff. So I use my royal champion ability a little bit early. I put the jump right here to get into that part of the base. Again, I'm just trying to delay my king ability as long as I can. One nice thing about having the queen with the smash is that she'll get the town hall while everything else is kind of distracted by like the clan castle and stuff you'll see here in a minute. By the way, I also freeze the clan castle up right here just so that I can clear more of the raged up area before I get frozen up by ice golems forever, right? So that was why I froze the clan castle there. And again, I rage up my queens just so that they can deal with the town hall. And then I use my warden ability. I thought that queen was going to walk right into the poison, so I did it then. I probably could have delayed my warden ability a little bit more, and that would have been better. I use my king ability to open up a whole bunch of walls. I get lucky and it opens this one like right here, so that they have access to that part of the base. Queen's going to die here. That's totally fine. Honestly, that freeze probably wasn't even worth it. But you can still see, I still have a decent amount of stuff left. I still have a bunch of healers left, too. They're kind of healing one random E-Titan. It's not even taking any damage. But the yak, this is where the yak becomes really good. It's going to help open up some of these walls quickly. You can see it didn't end up being useful in this situation necessarily because other stuff, the wall breaker that I had opened up the wall. But normally, you wouldn't have extra wall breakers, right? You're going to be using them with the queen to funnel her. So this is where the yak comes in. And again, it's not as overkill, but you can still see it's a comfortable 3-star. I wasn't really worried about filling this raid at any point. Still had quite a bit of stuff left over. 2 healthy heroes, an E-Titan, a whole bunch of healers left. Let's do one more base. We'll do one more base, and then I will kind of have a conclusion or like a summary from there. Okay, this is going to be the last base that we're going over. Now, again, I'm going to quickly help you guys identify the scary parts of the base. Obviously, this raised up tower is going to be scary area number 1. And then scary area number 2, I kind of pinned as like somewhere kind of down here, right? In between the eagle and the monolith, there's a poison tower down there. There's a couple of heroes. There's some ground expos. I think those are the scary areas. All of this stuff like the ricochet and the expo, those are kind of easier to deal with, so they're less scary to me. So those are kind of, so scary area number 1 and scary area number 2. So because of that, I'm going to go straight down through the middle. I'm not going to go in and kind of get stuck in between these 2 areas, right? I don't want to be poisoned and frozen and with the raised up tower. It's going to overwhelm my healers and they're not going to be able to keep up. On the funnel, I said I dropped my 2 skeleton spells. Honestly, I didn't anticipate this many Teslas and skeleton traps there. I probably would have put down some sort of splash damage, whether that's like a Valkyrie or 2 or a baby dragon. I do put a baby dragon over here to help deal with those ones. Or popped my queen ability a little earlier, might have helped too. I wait a little bit for some of these buildings to be cleared before I deploy this smash because I want a lot of the buildings gone so that they only funnel towards the town hall. And I'll show you one mistake that I make here that I think I probably could have done a little bit better here in just a second. You can see nothing in my smash is very squishy, right? Other than those wizards, but who cares about those? I probably should have just let the town hall poison go and then delayed my warden ability a little bit. Nothing here is going to die from the town hall poison. It will take a lot of damage, right? But I could have delayed my warden ability for a few more seconds, I think. And I think that would have been much more beneficial to me. But I decided to use my warden ability right when the town hall poison is going to go off. And honestly, I don't think that was a huge mistake, but I think I probably could have gotten away with delaying it a little bit longer, if that makes sense. I do invest a rage with my queen so that she can get the multi-inferno and start clearing stuff on that end and stay healed up a little bit. And I freeze again here in the middle. I probably could have delayed using my king ability a little bit more too. Like I use it right here. I probably could have let the queen die and then let my king get closer to the wall to maybe help open up some of these back walls and stuff. But you can see here the yak puts in some work getting through these back end bases, and this was definitely the closest raid by far, but even still I had plenty of time left. I had about 40 seconds left when this ended, and I still had a decent amount of troops left over. It wasn't overkill either, but we still do end up doing really well. The yak, look at that. Yak opens one wall. It's going to open a second wall right here. You can just see how much damage it does to the walls. Bam! Look at that. That thing wrecks walls. So it helps get everything through these walls on the back end. And then after these buildings go down here, there's just that one trash building. But again, I would say focus on 3 things when you're doing this raid. 1, don't attack all of the scary areas at the same time. Your healers cannot keep up with that amount of damage. 2, make sure that your funnel is set on one side with your Royal Champion and Siege Barracks. Use a skeleton spell to tank. Use some barbarians to clear up some of the trash buildings. On the other side with your Golem and your Queen, you can activate her ability early on if you want to as well. Like if you have the magic mirror. If you don't, I would wait before you use the ability, but you can use the frozen arrow or the giant arrow or something, and those are going to be good, just as good, honestly. And then delay your king ability as long as you can to open up the walls on the very back end of the base. That's why I like having the Spirit Fox on mine. Honestly, this attack is honestly so good. I have watched the replays of the World Championship a few times to kind of understand it, and that's where I got the idea of attacking the scary bases, or scary parts of the base one at a time. You rarely ever, I think only one attack out of all of them I saw them attack where both of the rage towers were attacking him at the same time, and then he ended up using the earthquake boots, and it kind of took half of each of the sections away anyway. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I think this is probably one of the easiest attacks to learn for how strong it is. If you feel like you struggle with multitasking and skills in Fireball Lalo or Rocket Loon Lalo or Double Hero Charge, any of those that require a lot of multitasking, if those are intimidating to you, or any type of Lalo attack really, I would give this a try. Really easy. All you've got to do is kind of just set everything down at the beginning very quickly, like the skeleton spells, Golem Queen, Siege Barracks, Royal Champion, super barbs on both sides a little bit, and then start your smash, and then just spell placement from there. That's really all it is. It does maybe rely a little bit on hero equipment, but you don't have to have the most expensive stuff, right? You can have the Hog Puppet, if you want to. I really like the Seeking Shield. I like just having a little extra burst of damage at the beginning. Anyway, that's going to do it. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.